Welcome to part 2 of our History of Days Ice Cream in Ocean Grove, New Jersey. Listen in as we chat with Arnold Teixera. I'm with Arnold Teixera, owners of Days today. Arnold, can you tell us some of the things that have changed since the 1870s?
Oof, there's been a lot. Over the years, a number of people have come in who have either worked here, family members who worked here, or had some kind of relationship with the owners, previous owners, and I had a couple of really great pictures of this whole outside area where it was covered with gingerbread. Like each of the arches had a lot of really intricate gingerbread that it was really quite stunning.
Yeah.
The awnings, I believe they were retractable at one point. And
what are some things that haven't changed?
they haven't changed. The design pretty much is the same. When the Hers restored it, I think it was 1992 when they restored the building, they were really impeccable about trying to keep the building.
That's great.
Right back to what the original was. And they were led. The stories that Carla has told me over the years, that as they were going through and doing the renovation process, they would find things. That would give them clues as to what it was originally, and they would try to go, with their architect, they would try to go as much as they could
Right,
back
like
to
a
the original.
piece of wallpaper.
Or a style of trim.
Right, yeah.
So it's really interesting.
Did you ever find anything in the building that maybe was somebody's personal item that kind of gave you a clue to who had lived here or stayed here?
We did not. The Hers might be a better source for that question, but we had not. We are, I think, since the original Day brothers who opened this place, I think we might only be maybe the 4th or 5th business
Right.
that's occupied the space, and we had done it right after there was the major renovation. So if anything was found, it probably would have been done maybe like in '92.
Right. So what year did they bring electric lights to Days?
I just had this conversation last week. I was talking to Carla, and I think it was from the original, from the onset.
Really?
Yeah. Electric light was introduced, not too widespread. Or in the early 1800s, I think around 1837.
Yeah.
So 35 years later, I guess it was a little bit more prevalent. But
Right.
as far as anyone knows, the electric lights were always here.
I remember seeing a newspaper ad from the 1880s, I think it was, and they actually advertised that you could enjoy electric lights at Days. I thought that was kind of neat. So are there any stories about the place that you'd like to share?
Oh, it's really quite a unique space, as you know, and it's really wonderful to see, as we've been here, this will be our 17th summer, and it's really interesting to hear the stories of the people who've been here since they were children, and it's part of the Ocean Grove culture, and we're really, we're kind of humbled by that in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
It's kind of a huge mantle to take on,
Right.
when you're running a business here, because there's a lot of expectation.
Yeah.
It hits people's heartstrings more than just they have really great food, which we do, but but it's a very emotional thing for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even for me, and I've only lived here 6 or 7 years, I love Days. Well, thanks for talking with us.
You're
You
very,
mind if we
very
look
welcome.
around a little bit?
Not
and
at
take
all,
some
not at
pictures?
all. It's beautiful. There's a lot to enjoy, so
Yeah,
please
definitely.
do.
Thank you, Arnold.
You're very, very welcome.
So we're standing at the back of Days dining porch, and you'll see we have a little restaurant back here called the Starving Artist, which is one of my favorite lunch places. Can you tell us what this was like when Days first opened?
When Days first opened, I was told that this was a storage room. This is, there was no indoor dining at that time. It was all seasonal outdoor dining. It's somewhat protected, so I guess that made it much more feasible. We were even able to see people here, even during heavy rains.
Right.
So it's really nice. But this was pretty much a storage area. Some things that had changed is that the main door used to be located in the middle of the building with steps up. But then when the renovations came, we were obviously required to go to the ADA regulations, which we needed a ramp. So that made the door have to go to the one side to facilitate the ramp to allow access.
Right.
But so this was pretty much insignificant, and now it's mainly our main stay through the year.
So where was the ice cream made?
The ice cream was made back where our kitchen is. So this wall here, there are 2 long rooms that run the length from this wall to that second door. And there's this one room, which used to be the kitchen, and then in the back used to be the batch freezers where they used to make all the ice cream. Apparently I was told that they used to have about 3 very large batch freezers.
Wow, that's fascinating. And so the front part where you go in and you buy your ice cream, has that always been the same?
It has similar. It used to be like a gift shop because all of the food and the ice cream used to be served here. So you see by the front of the ice cream parlor in Days, you see that the windows, they slide up. The long windows slide up and there's the counter there. Well, that used to be here as well, where they used to have those same windows and counters, and this is where the waitresses would come to pick up their food.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's great.
They would pick it up, the food and the ice cream would come right here from the kitchen.
Wow, that's great. So is it true what I've heard that your chairs and tables were original to the 1870s?
These chairs we replaced. When we first took over, the chairs that we had, they were quite old and really quite beat up. The chairs that we have here are only about 8 years old, but most of the tables and the legs are pretty much original. There is a table. All of these longer tables, if you see this one table here, these are the oldest of the original tables. This one long here, there's one actually located behind our camera. There's another table which is located down here by the window, and then the oldest of them all I have well protected and covered inside in the back room. But they're very nice. You see that the legs are all turned wood and very typical of the era.
Yeah. Well, we know you've got the breakfast crowd coming in, so I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Sure, my pleasure. Subject, I love supper.
That's great. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We're going out for ice cream, yummy, with some sprinkles and some honey. Feels so good inside my tummy. Whoa, yeah, caramel sundae, banana split. I can't get enough of it. Can I have some chocolate beer?